Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Victoria is brought to Sarah in the hospital by Xander. Although he is aware that he will miss her for the next 2 days, he is excited to see her mother at the next handoff. They give each other a silly smile. A sultry Sarah queries what his secret is when he mentions that Victoria slept through the entire night. A shamefully confessed lullaby from Scotland to her. It's an appeal to the angels to keep her safe from malicious fairies who could try to abduct her. Sarah jokes that she'll have to pick it up. They lose themselves in each other's gaze as they talk about how Victoria looks more and more. Sarah gives him a short squeeze before hurriedly leaving. John stops by Marlena's busy office and tells her that she needs to look after herself. Marlena is aware that her patients have difficulty during this time of year. John gets her a desk-mounted framed picture of Jude. She's overjoyed for Eric and, well, Sloane. Concerned for Nicole, she brings up the DNA test. She hopes to receive the necessary assistance. John leaves for coffee as Sarah bursts into Marlena's office. Although Xander gives Sarah's stomach the triple backflips, Marlena and Sarah get along so well as friends and co-parents. Perhaps she ought to maintain the status quo. If that's what she wants to do, Marlena asks. It isn't because of their extensive past together. Sarah believes Xander has the same thoughts. Marlena advises her to make every effort to appreciate her daughter and live in the present. It moves by so quickly. John is in the lobby, pouring coffee and looking at Xander solemnly. Xander had high hopes that John, who is the romantic legend of the couple Marlena and John, would provide him some advice, particularly considering that he has experienced his own transgression. John says, "I think you're an ass," in a harsh tone. And an error, however. John also thinks that people may change and grow because he did. John advises him to change for the better, that is, to act in his child's best interests. Xander begs to escort Sarah and Victoria home when she gets back to the lobby. That would be nice for Sarah. Xander and Sarah laugh heartily in the square as Victoria yells at Santa. Sarah remembers Mickey acting in a similar manner. They ought to have learned from the past, she jokes. Xander responds perhaps they have, rather earnestly. Perhaps we have, she says again. They decide to give their daughter the item together when they notice something they would both like to present her for Christmas. Sarah says it can be placed in her room as a family memento. John teases Marlena with several surprises when he gets back. Whispering, "You're my everything, Doc." He gives them a hug. She says the same thing. She exclaims, "We are so fortunate." Johnny and Holly return to the DeMira home after their fencing match. She gives him a friendly smack on the butt with her foil while maintaining a dreamy gaze. Johnny pours some scotch into his water and gets them some too. He laughs when Holly asks for some too. Perhaps in roughly 5 years. Tate texts Holly to tell her about their next date. After she cancels, she asks Johnny if he wants to place an order for takeout. Johnny is going to the bistro for supper with Chanel. He walks off abruptly to change, and Holly messages Tate back. Paulina worries at home that Chanel and Johnny are becoming too serious too quickly. She is reassured by Chanel that they have been truthful about the past and that they have something worthwhile to fight for. Chanel exclaims with excitement that she will bring Johnny, as well as a weary Paulina tells that she invited Abe to Christmas. In addition, the twins, Eli and Liney, are returning home. Paulina informs her with regret that documentation backlogs have caused a delay in Liney's release. Paulina sobs as Chanel gives her comfort. Chanel begs Paulina to let her spend the evening with Johnny, even though she doesn't want to be left alone tonight. She's going to bed immediately anyhow. Paulina winces and rubs her chest while Chanel grudgingly goes to change. Nicole tells EJ she feels like she's emerging from the shadows while she eats chocolate cake at the bistro. Gazing over the restaurant's festive decor, she questions whether purchasing a tree would have been appropriate. EJ surprises Nicole with a decorated Christmas tree and more ornaments as they head back home. While the staff was away, he surreptitiously texted them. As Holly and Johnny join them, she thanks him. Nicole says how appreciative she is that the family is still together. Before the kids leave for their individual plans, Johnny shows them a gift that was brought by hand. As E.G. picks it up, he becomes serious. It originates from the mortuary. Nicole tears up as she pulls out a wooden box. Those are our baby's ashes. Every time Nicole feels like she's getting better, something happens to her. E.G. speculates that this is how God is providing them a feeling of closure. He recommends holding a family service in the mausoleum of Demira. Nicole wants to sprinkle his ashes nearby and for it to be just the two of them. Nicole begs E.J. to get her a scarf as they walk to a tree outside the front entrance. After he leaves, Nicole is free to pray in solitude to God for the strength to recover. She implores God to watch over her beloved son until, with God's mercy, they are reunited. Nicole, wiping the box, murmurs, "I will see you again, my angel, as well as your sister and brother. You will always be here, in my heart, until then." E.G. comes back and ties a scarf around Nicole's neck. As he takes the ash bag out of the box, she breaks down in tears. He stretches Nicole's hand around the tree while holding onto it. While they are meeting in the square, Holly learns about Tate's gold card from Brady. They can take a limo to Chicago or hop on a plane to wherever. Anything she wants. Holly tells Tate she can't leave her mother as she observes Johnny and Channel making their way to the bistro. What about the bistro for dinner? Tate leads her away with a smile, even if the plan isn't particularly exciting. Tate looks down as he realizes that Johnny and Channel are inside the bistro. When Channel sees the teenagers, she frowns. Since Holly knew they were going to be there, Johnny assumed she would have disclosed her plans. Channel is convinced that Holly has a crush on him because of this. Johnny believes Channel is overanalyzing the situation. Her eyes roll. Johnny asks about her day since he wants to concentrate on them. Channel informs him about Paulina's frustration over Lanny's absence from home. Johnny proposes to ask his father to exert some influence. He is glad to assist his ex-mom-in-law since you never know when you could need the support of your former. Channel smiles. A sulky Tate tells Holly at their table that he knows they came here because of Johnny. Tate is done, but Holly plays dumb. Holly must awaken, for Johnny is getting too old. Something like 2 to 10 years old. He leaves irrationally. Holly is alone and glumly observes Johnny and Channel's adorable and passionate antics. Inside the mansion, E.J. delivers Nicole a hot drink and presents her with a gift box. She pulls out an ornament that depicts a sleeping baby boy with an angel's wing encircling him. It was his command for her yesterday. Without him, she is unsure of how she would have survived this. Regarding her, he feels the same. For their son, E.G. said they'll hang it on the tree each year. Nicole continues, and we'll never ever forget him. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.